Welcome back to Chrono Trigger. After a very tough decision I had to make, let's move on.
Yeah, even though I don't condone it, it's your call. It's your LP.
Well, pretty much. Where's the hell the kid with a radical haircut? Hmm.
No kidding.
Yeah, actually, in actuality, it's a distant promise that's playing right now. Well, there is a way. We're looking for the Guru of Time. Well, obviously, to bring back lost loved ones, it's what everyone wants. You must be proud to have friends like you.
Well, we tried getting all 7 Dragon Balls, but we realized we were in the wrong continuity.
Mm-hmm. No, sorry, Luke. Not yet. Oh, get out of here! Kirkstock not gone yet. Not yet, Ayla. Anyway, I'm just doing this so I can see what everyone's reaction is to Crono being gone, obviously. What is it? That fool. The one that Young's supposed to leave this mortal coil. Yeah, why not? We can swap out Robo. What do you have to say? Without Crono, everyone is depressed. Not yet. I should be waiting for you. Tomorrow?
I just have to laugh at how easily Mara rejected Luke out of the party.
Anyway, where we're
Don't need any
going...
little sister types. We're big sister. Bah!
Anyway, let's try to leave and... Oh! The music abruptly stops. What we got? Ooh! Egg! Ayla hungry, what eat? No.
No!
The Chrono Trigger. So we gotta talk to Balthazar. Yeah, it may or may not hatch. Huh. Well, of course, that's our next objective. And that means he's Gaspar. Well, everybody knows what they used to call me. Ages ago. Got one Chrono Trigger. Alright then, let's heal. And now, let's head back to the future.
And oddly, if I recall, the Chrono Trigger does return in Chrono Cross.
Yep, ironically, it's the key item you need to fight the final boss.
And just like Cross, there has to be at least an item that goes with the title.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, I know, it's a doozy. By the way, before we go to Back to the Future, we're gonna go back to Crono's house for one little detail. This cuts back on backtracking.
Marty! Marty!
You gotta come back with me! Where?
Oh, where?
Back to the future! Oh. Yeah, he's, I guess you could say he's in limbo, I suppose. He's dead, and yet he's dead, and yet he's not dead.
He's indisposed.
Yeah, we'll just borrow this doll, okay?
Alright, since we have to go by sequence.
Well, we're kind of breaking sequence.
Yeah, because normally you'd have to go to the fair and try to do that at this point in the game. However,
which is kind of stupid, considering, gee, the fate of time itself is at stake, and yet we have to use silver points or earn them to get the double doll.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got the Tabad suit. Speed plus 3. Wait, what's the speed? Speed plus 3. Fire resistance up.
And for some reason, the video image froze on that point.
It'll unfreeze.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. Ayla and Frog we're gonna need for their single target techs. Mara's on point for healing and haste.
Now, I suppose I should explain what the Chrono Cross really is.
Yeah. You know those 6 elements that, that appear in the game? The Chrono Cross itself is the 7th element. And by the way, there is a specific pattern that you better remember.
Yeah, definitely.
Because once you beat the final dungeon, you don't get to see that pattern ever again.
Well, there's one way if you choose to do a side quest a little later. It involves the Sphinx.
You must have a clone identical person. Only you get a Chrono Trigger where it gets magic. Yep. So he's gonna do us one last favor, and then completely screw us over 100 years later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Balthazar returns in Chrono Cross. He's pretty much the cause of everything! The dimensions being separate, the time crash, everything.
And, well, there's also one other person that's involved, and you can't really guess. Shala. She's also at the heart of the matter.
You know what? Because I hate Balthazar, I'm shutting him off. This creature sleeps beyond the flow of time. Anyway,
you do realize what you just did, right?
I don't care, because this time that gets reset anyway.
Yeah, it does, because the machinery here, it comes back in Cross, except you actually get to see it in tip-top condition.
Sorta.
In a new civilization that was pretty much brought on by the events of Trigger. However, things get a little complicated and stupid. Let's just say that.
More on that when my friend Mobius here actually does his LP of Chrono Cross.
Which will be right after Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! It's going to be
well, that'd be a good way to test your PS3 component cables. Record Chrono Cross.
Oh, yeah, because Cross would look fucking gorgeous.
Anyway, we've go up against Freeze Crackers.
There's a Dr. Wily around.
Well, there was a bad doctor. Well, just kinda. We just shut him off, even though he wasn't really a doctor by profession.
No, he was not. But the Chrono Cross is basically a
combination of the 6 elements
to create a 7th element of song.
A song of healing, as it were, actually.
A song to restore time and dimensions itself.
Ow! That kinda hurt. We just nullified its healing for the exact amount of damage.
Yeah. But, and trust me, the song is very worth it, even though the pattern of getting it is
tricky. But it is one of the best tracks ever.
Yeah, there's no denying that.
And in the Chrono Trigger Resurrection partial album, Shala's theme is actually combined with Life, A Distant Promise to further add to the to the foreshadowing.
That's a brilliant idea as a whole.
Because when in the first half of the track, when you hear Shala's theme being played, you hear the notes of the elements.
Dun,
do, 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 do.
And despite what we say about Cross, I actually still like Cross.
It's just, why did it have to?
It didn't. In my opinion, I would have preferred it as a standalone game.
As a sequel, it falls apart.
Yeah, as a game itself, it's great.
It's just that it completely undoes what the first game did. Which itself is pretty much a big screw you.
Of course, we have Masato Kato to thank, who is off destroying other franchises.
Such as?
Ninja Gaiden.
Well, ironic you should mention that because you realize that Team Ninja was only involved in the gameplay of Other M. In terms of the story, it's purely Sakamoto.
Yeah, direction-wise. Well, cutscenes were handled by a different company too. So.
Yeah, but it was Sakamoto himself who wrote the story. And so we have him to blame for that. Oh!
But the reason why Masato Kato also did Ninja Gaiden 3 is because he helped with the NES game story. Of course, those were brilliant works of Shakespeare.
At least they had stories compared to other NES titles.
Well, the first game was actually decent for its time in the storyline area, but then you get to the second, third game, and it just goes, let's just say, ape shit don't describe this.
Anyway, hello, Lavo Spawn.
Target the head.
Whatever you do,
touch the shell.
Don't hit the shell at all. Unless, of course, you're fighting the Elder Lavo Spawn, at which point you can actually grab a helmet from the shell if you want to risk a counterattack.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much the analogy of this fight is treat this fight as you would a dog with fleas. Don't scratch the dog, otherwise it'll shed its needles.
With the Lavo Spawn general, I generally look to, if you want to look to similar bosses, look to the Mist Dragon, look to Welk, or whatever he's called in 6 Advance.
Ymir.
Yeah, Ymir. Guard Scorpion.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Oh yes, Ayla and Frog have a double tech of their own Slurp Kiss, which is basically a kiss that affects the whole party. Slight HP restoration and status restoration.
That's handy.
Huh. Wow. Lava Spawn is... well, it's gonna get me dead in a few seconds.
Well, Lavo Spawn are actually pretty durable at this point in the game.
Uh-oh. Marl's out.
At the old ball game.
Don't worry, I'll revive her. She needs the experience. She's gonna be on point for the final battle.
Well, she doesn't need the TP because I think she's learned just about everything.
No, but she needs the experience.
Because experience is a thing that we desperately need right now, considering that the highest level that we should be recommended to have at this point is, or at least the recommended level for Chrono Trigger at the end game is level 50.
Well, Marl actually made that mark actually at level 50 before the final boss.
Huh. But in general, that's where you want to put it at. Then again, that's kind of typical for most Square soft RPGs of the SNES era. Mm-hmm. Even though I think with Final Fantasy 4 or 2 here on the Super Nintendo, it was about 60.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, 120 tech points! Well, there's a reason why I have Ayla in the party, so that I'm pretty sure she has Dino Tail, so she needs the tech points for a triple kick.
Oh yeah, triple kick just wrecks things.
Oh, especially with... oh, I guess we're not going to need Ayla for now. I'm going to switch her with Robo. He needs the tech points!
For Uzi Punch?
And his other techs as well. Rock Squash, Uzi Punch. Oh, she did not learn Dino Tail yet. But yeah, at this point, bosses, those level spawns will give out 120 tech points each. Macabre. These guys are not threatening.
No. None of the enemies here are really that threatening as a whole.
It's kind of ironic. We're here in the frozen peaks of Death Peak, and yet our ice water spells don't backfire. Hooray for game physics!
Yeah, that's for sure. But that was something of a thing in most RPGs of this era.
And now we have Frog's second strongest weapon, Brave Sword.
Which you're gonna want to keep.
Yeah, it has the same effect as the demon hit, but it's obviously stronger.
Well, the other reason why you're going to want to keep it is also because in New Game Plus,
he does not. Yeah, he does not keep the Masamune.
No. So, it's a secondary weapon for what you need it for.
Mm-hmm. And I'm still debating about whether or not I want to go through New Game Plus, except this time actually recruit Magus into my party. Well, I would only start from like that moment after the Blackbird.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still debating that.
Well, it's your playthrough. It's your LP. You do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, man, they are giving out a lot of experience. We're in the thousands. Just mere encounters.
Hey, don't knock it, man.
And now we come up perhaps the most problematic of the three hints that we get. Trust me, you'll know it when you see it. Yeah, I actually, to be honest, I'm keeping that third save unaltered just in case I go back to that point before Magus. Whoop, not this time. I get fooled by that later. Oh great, another spawn.
Yeah, we got a marathon of these guys to go, so...
Well, there's only 2 left. This is the second of 3. Ow.
So, if you're playing the DS version, and when you do finish the game, you have access to... Well, actually, in the DS version, you have access to an extra area other than the area that leads us to pretty much is kind of a tie-in to Cross.
Mm-hmm. Because, quite frankly... Oh, sorry, go on.
Though the area that I'm mentioning is also a tie-in to Cross as well.
Yep.
Because they even take some item names from Cross and actually let you use them. Like the Dragon's Tear.
Obviously, the new releases of Chrono Trigger are trying so hard to tie the original with Cross.
Well,
oh,
can't
great.
say I blame them to some extent.
Oh great, Frog's asleep on the job.
He just looks so dopey.
Anyway, oh, dead already.
Wow, Robo took care of that.
Well, yeah, but obviously he was a much better choice than Ayla was. Anyway,
Well,
here we go.
Well, Isla doesn't have triple kick yet, so to be fair.
I hate this. I hate this bit.
You have to talk to the guys first, then you have to go.
No, I already did. Basically, you have to somehow get your way across without falling. If you so much as tiptoe on the edge, then
You go flying.
right back to the bottom of where the save point is. Fortunately, it's not too far, so see,
It's just a minor inconvenience.
Yep. And nope, not falling for that. Won't fall for that old trick.
So, did Rita fall here?
No. Ay, ay, ay.
Chrono Trigger, did you kill Rita?
No.
Ah, damn it.
No. More like Kato, did you kill Rita? Nobody's killed.
Possibly.
Nobody's killed so many others.
Yeah, everybody gets a bad day in Chrono Cross.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, actually, technically, the only ones that didn't really get a bad day were Frog and Isla.
Well, that's because they lived in the past.
Yeah, they were lucky.
Only the 3 original time travelers got shafted. Actually, 4, actually, because we do sort of run into Robo again.
Except his fate is none too kind, as he's erased in 20 seconds.
Yep.
Dick move.
Mm-hmm.
So, think of that as you will. As for Magus, you already know what will happen if you played the DS version, where he pretty much loses his identity and becomes, well, he becomes a magician traveler person.
Who is utterly forgettable. Much like how he forgets who he is. Oh, the irony.
Oh. However, he is probably one of the best magic users in the game.
Too bad he has literally jack all to do with the plot.
Yeah, that would have been nice. If you were playing Radical Dreamers on the Super Nintendo, yes, he does have plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
Though in Cross, he plays a wizard called Guile, who's a magician that loves to do tricks.
Apparently, he pulled his biggest trick of all, actually getting stuck in a crappy sequel.
Yes, but alas, I think he was probably the second or so most powerful magic user in the game.
Mm.
However, the problem is his element table is rather mixed.
Yep.
It's different from most.
He can't use many low-tier elements, but he can use so many high-tier ones.
Yeah, and he's pretty much an in-game character, as you will, and he does a very good job at that. So he's not that bad. Even though, at the end of the day, I still prefer Lena.
Anyway, nothing in there. Hey, wait. We gotta push the shell, climb the shell. And note, this kind of thing is kind of referencing Cross, actually, because in order to get something for one of your characters, it involves pushing an NPC monster. Anyway,
I wonder which character that was.
Here comes one of Mario's crowning moments, actually. This quote right here. All who fear the night and stand against the darkness, please give us strength. Dependent's reacting. And thus, the Chrono trigger
activates.
Well, it didn't shatter. It actually did hatch. Fate be not malleable, huh? What?
In my personal opinion, I actually prefer bringing in Luca here.
Well.
But that's just me.
Oh well. Besides, I figured bringing Mario and Frog here would make sense, considering
they were there.
Yeah. It should be fitting to bring the 2 party members that you would have along with you at his last stand.
Now time is frozen at the key point of it all.
What is that wrestling?
That is me trying to open up the gummy worms bag again.
Well, no, it's kind of distracting me. You can only interact with Crono. So pull Indiana Jones and mission complete. Yep, he's alive. Well, obviously, still pretty much wounded from the earlier battles in the Ocean Palace.
Yeah.
Ooh, and apparently, Death Peak is now home to a Christmas tree.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, frankly, for Marl, this is the best Christmas present ever.
I'm feeling kind of.
I'm alive.
I, I do like that this the one time that they actually use this sprite.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she wouldn't. She wouldn't want any other way, actually, because quite frankly, you'll find out what happens to the two of them in in the animated ending on the PS1/DS version.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say the two of them get hitched. So she tries to explain everything. He's
I
tired.
nearly died.
But the point is, we got him back. All right, Gaspar. You don't say you're successful. I didn't do anything. I just gave you a place to begin. If you really want to thank me, make me a member of your team. Yes, we do. So in short, we have several side quests we have to do before we finish the game.
This is to technically 100% the game.
Which I will go after each and every one of these side quests. I mean, why not? This is so we can get top of the line equipment. So basically, there's a quest associated with each of our party members.
Mm-hmm.
One of you is close to someone who needs help. Find this person fast. That line actually is much different in the DS version. And what's really weird is that the line doesn't even exist in the Japanese version of the SNES version, I believe. The DS version, that line is replaced with this: speak to your companions. Some among you may well know the figures behind the events which I have seen. Borrow the might of all these lives throughout the ages. Let the strength become your own, for only then can you hope to defeat the enemy you face. Then again, the original line itself, it actually has more connections than you think with what happens in Chrono Cross. So, in a way, it's ironic foreshadowing, even unintentionally. Look at you, ladies, sweeping over you right and left. Nice spiritual wanders? It can't be. Yep. Yeah, of course. What you up to, Father? Yep. Of course I'll take you along.
Okay!
Alright. And you could choose to fight Specchio if you wanted to. Yes, Might stick with me. Yep, again, she's referencing the Sunstone. That's her quest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you have? Oh, strong defense item, huh? Yep, we're gonna head to 65 million BC to pick up some ruby armors.
Which will be useful against a really annoying boss.
Not just that, but in the next part, we're gonna go after the Sunstone. Yes, we're gonna go take on that one boss that can be cheaply dealt with, provided you have elemental resistance. Besides, for this boss, the ruby armors are pretty much required.
I think I was able to do it without them.
But yeah, if you do fight Specchio at this point, you will fight him with the Chrono Trigger theme playing. Screw it. We don't need to use the gates. Let's use the Epoch. Alright, let's head to 65 million BC and stock up. Time for action, Epoch! Alright.
I'm glad that Luca's flying it. God knows where we'd be if it was Morrow Isla.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lucas taught them how to fly the thing. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we know. Made armor, many rubies. Ooh, 10 of each? Alright, I'll grab 6 ruby armors.
That's a little much, don't you think?
Especially since during the Rainbow Shell side quest, you could steal ruby armors. Believe it or not.
No.
Anyway, yeah, we have ruby armors. With ruby armors, look at the cuts fire by 80%. We don't even need the red mails or the red vest.
Speaking of which, wasn't there a new armor for Luca at home?
I already got it equipped.
Okay.
Yeah, ruby armors you gotta need when you go to the place known as Giant's Claw. Because those big green dinosaurs there, their fire breath can rob you of like say 200, 300 health if you don't have the ruby armor. And we're gonna she needs Charm Top for the time being. Ah yes, Dash Ring. Someone, I believe we should give that to Luca. Speed of 12. And she won't need the, no, wait. I don't know. I was trying to think of something effective. Speed will do, and give her the either Dash Ring or the Gold Stud. Dash Ring will do. Now everyone's pretty much more or less equal in speed.
Okay.
You may notice Dactyl Shadow was actually glowing as the Epoch traveled back here. Yeah, we're gonna save the game.
And see you next time, I suppose, and go off and get a Sunstone recharged.
Yep. But not before we have a very annoying boss fight.
Oh, yes. Gotta have those.
Yep. Anyway, let's save. Alright. Now we'll cut out here and we'll... Oh yeah, check who's here. Oh, Specchio's the same as before. At least at that point. A red Omnicron. Alright then. See you next time.